Richmond, Virginia, the Confederate capital, a city filled with enemy spies, yet none more dangerous than one of its own. Elizabeth Van Loo. Born into Southern wealth, Elizabeth was expected to support the Confederacy. But she despised slavery and refused to stand with the South. Instead, she chose treason, not against her country, but against the Confederacy itself. At the start of the war, she used her family fortune to free enslaved people, including Mary Bowser, a highly intelligent woman with a near photographic memory. Together they built an underground network of spies, smuggling critical information straight to the Union Army. Elizabeth played her role perfectly. To her neighbors, she was just Crazy Bet, an eccentric woman who spoke to herself and wandered the streets in ragged clothes. But behind the act, she was gathering intelligence, hiding Union prisoners, and forging secret codes in invisible ink. Her greatest achievement? Placing Mary Bowser inside the Confederate White House. As a servant in Jefferson Davis's home, Mary had direct access to the most sensitive war plans. She memorized documents left on his desk, overheard conversations between generals, and fed everything back to Elizabeth. But Richmond was a dangerous place for a Union spy. The Confederate Secret Service was everywhere. Elizabeth was questioned, threatened, and watched closely. Yet, she never broke. Every day she risked her life to pass messages north, hidden in hollow eggs, shoe soles, and even corset linings. As the war raged on, her network became vital to the Union's success. The information she provided helped General Ulysses S. Grant plan his attacks on Richmond, forcing the Confederacy into retreat. In April 1865, Union soldiers finally entered Richmond. As the city burned, Elizabeth stood on her front porch and watched them march in. A Union officer approached, looked her in the eyes, and simply said, "You have done more for the Union than any other civilian." The war was over. The Confederacy had fallen. But Elizabeth paid a heavy price. After the war, her Southern neighbors never forgave her. They shunned her, destroyed her reputation, and left her to die in poverty. Elizabeth Van Loo died forgotten, but history remembers her as the woman who brought down the South from within.